Welcome back to another video of Pac-Man Sports. Just to give you guys a little bit of an update on the Packers situation with the recent interviews at the defensive coordinator after the Packers have decided to move on from Mike Pettine after his 3-year contract was set to expire after this 2020 season. The 3 people that have interviewed or set to interview so far are Ejiro Evero, safeties coach of the Los Angeles Rams, Joe Barry, the linebackers coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, and Chris Harris, the DBs coach of the Washington football team. First to Ejiro. Ejiro was actually a Packers coach, even though he was only here for 1 year back in 2016 under the Dom Capers staff. He was the defensive quality coach before moving on to his current position in Los Angeles as the safeties coach, in which Ejiro was in fact a part of the staff in which Matt LaFleur was back when he was the quarterbacks coach for the Rams. This would be kind of neat to be able to bring Ejiro back to Green Bay as a defensive coordinator, to be able to team up with Matt again. Joe Barry, the linebackers coach, I think is probably a pretty decent candidate. He's also a pass game coordinator, so he may have some experience when it comes to play calling on the defensive side. And then Chris Harris, the former Bears safety, who is now the defensive backs coach for the Washington football team. Now, there certainly are probably better candidates. I'm pretty sure the Packers are going to make sure that they do their due diligence in finding the right candidate for the defensive coordinator vacancy. I'm pretty much positive that that this will be a lengthy process. I know that the Packers have definitely done that in the past after Dom was fired back in 2017 or back in 2018, and then eventually it became a process in which Mike Pettine became the next defensive coordinator. There was a lot of interest being drawn from a bunch of guys at the very time, one of them most notably being Vic Fangio, who is now the Denver Broncos head coach. He was hired back in 2018, and the Packers just weren't able to get him as Vic was hired by John Elway to be their head coach. I definitely believe that Matt and the guys are going to be able to interview a whole bunch of guys, take it down, give it time, evaluate how things are going to go. Matt went on the record today to speak of what he was looking for in a defensive coordinator was a coordinator to bring in some energy and some aggressiveness, and then just go and swarm to the football. And that is something that this defense really sorely needs, is that type of defensive coordinator that brings the mentality of fast, physical, to really, really fly to the football, bring the energy. I'm pretty confident that with more reinforcements coming to the defense, I believe that the next defensive coordinator can get the most out of his guys and be able to help take this defense back to help take this team back to the Super Bowl. Hopefully, a top 10 defense will come back to Green Bay. I believe in Matt and his abilities to be able to look things over. I will have a future video to come out on some other candidates the Packers potentially could have interest in. Until then, I'll catch you guys later. Go Pack, go.